Come on, you know, and then you got any way. Ola biara sayo bode adula o legula. Sayo bode adula o, sayo bode adula o, sayo bode adula o. Dula biara sayo bode adula o, sayo bode adula o, sayo bode adula o. The white man is ready to do. Have I only had a study by the young city? No one can come out beside. You then one more hour, you were on one. Sayo blue, Mama blue as a carudeo, Mama blue as a carudeo. In the night, I'm not every day. I will have wired the window. Sagma Sade Ampliage, then the under you, Sayo Bude. On this Sabo. Well, this I you. Saya Bude roses are you. What is I you? What is I you? Saya Bude roses are you. What is I you? What is I you? Jeje bole yani duwani saya bole rose sa berio bole jeyon mule yawo rose sa berio mona rose sa berio mona rose sa berio mona rose sa berio mona rose sa berio saya bole rose sa berio rose sa berio rose sa berio Yeah, how you then one more? Young bully, I tell you, no blue day. Sayo Bude, 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 I tell you, no blue day. Oh, Sayo Bude, no, I tell you. Oh, they know. I'd rather hear yes, I didn't. Ran a young one, Yamadi. Yamadi, one says, I bet you. Sabe happy, it's a answer you. Sabe happy, you want to know. In Dana, I am on the Yabe, Mother Blay Yabai Lion, Mother Blay Yas, a damn that will get. I'm on a video. Who are they not able to give you the road or your blow? I will have wired that when war. Put it to reach out. I didn't know. Put it to reach out. 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 Put it to reach out.
Me, my said, I get talking.
Saya put it on this. I bet you.
This is I am put it. I bet you. You know, let's talk the beginning of I am put it. Oh, Zaya Berry. He don't like to talk too much. So tonight, my guest here is Zaya Pole. He's from. He's going to tell us what he's from, and he got some message for the people of Grand County. The man who is always on Voice of Sano, Voice of Sano, Voice of Sano, the CEO of Voice of Sano, the VOS. He's been my special guest tonight. The flyers out there. Please share the show and listen to Zaya Pole. Come and listen to this brilliant young man. And we must give it to him. The man's a smart man. When the man's smart, just admit it. It's not going to cost anything to you. When the man is smart, tell the man, say, my man, the man's smart. Yeah, so let me bring Isaiah Pura here. Bring Isaiah Pura without any delay while I do my thing here with the other side of town. But let me bring in Isaiah Pura. He's in the back. Isaiah Pura, Mr. Madison Freeman. Make sure I put your Madison Freeman. You want the people know that.
I'm sorry you put it. Anything I can get a microphone, it makes a lot of noise.
Yeah, there's a feedback.
Yeah, try to fix that. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's okay.
Uh,
The noise is, I mean, quiet a little bit. How you doing, Zaire Bode? How's
I'm,
everything?
I'm doing well, Prince, and happy to be back on your famous platform.
Okay, Mr. Zaire Bode, we're gonna have a conversation here tonight. It's all GGAA, Grand Jury Association. You know, we got 2 weeks, I think less than 2 weeks. And today I flew and came down the airport from Iowa. The airport is very packed because we got Derby coming, the Kentucky Derby, and that's next week. So the whole place packed. And then after the Kentucky Derby, and then we just see you're gonna come over and place gonna be jam packed again. You know, this airport gonna be busy for the next couple days or weeks. Yeah, well, Mr. Freeman, we are here tonight to discuss the Grand Jury Association, the election. We already know your side, Mr. Zaire put it. You didn't hide it from the beginning. You took your side right there, and that's your right to do that. So I will give you the time tonight, Mr. Zaire put it, to introduce yourself. Those of maybe some of my audience don't know you. They probably seen you for the first time tonight, and they it's like, who is this guy? So let me give you the time to introduce yourself to my people.
All right, Prince, thank you. Hopefully my audio is good.
You got, yeah, audio okay.
The last time I listened to the audio after the show, it wasn't too good, but hopefully it'll be better tonight. But good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you find yourself around the globe. My name is Doc Sayapode Esoteric. Formerly, I am called Madison Freeman. I am a son of Grand Jetta County and Santa County. My father hails from Grand Jetta, Bison District, and my mother is from Santa County. So, to understand, you can call me a dual citizen. Tonight, I am here to talk about Grand Jetta Association in Americas. The reason I'm here, or the reason I'm getting too much into this race is because we have a good leader. And I do not think it makes sense to change her. And there is a reason why you have these different forces that are coming and disparaging her and berating her and denigrating her. There's a reason why. But as we go into the discussion tonight, I will tell you why they are doing what they are doing. I will tell you what I'll tell you that. But yes, I've been around here for a minute. I've been practically, involved with Santa County politics. Yes. So I have my platform, Voice of Sino in the Diaspora. We come out every Thursday to discuss Sino County and other happenings around Liberia and around the globe. So, Prince, I'm happy, I'm elated to be here tonight to talk about an array of issues surrounding the Grand Jetta County Association in Americas. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Thank you very much. You just said that you're father from Boston. Most of the people saw you on, maybe you went to your mother's side a lot. So we saw you with the Sano versus Sano. Now this is surprising to some people that you're from Boston district, district number 3. But I think you grew up around your mom's people until you left your father's side.
Yeah, yeah. I literally
The
grew up
likes
in
of
Sino County.
JJ Dennis and Isaac and where those guys don't know you.
No, they don't know that. A lot of people don't know that I'm from Grand Jita. So they feel, oh, what is Apple God doing? Among us, they don't know I'm a bona fide citizen of Grand Jita County. So but I'm home because I think I see injustice the same way, because the reason I focus on Sino, because they say ladies before gentlemen. I was trying to fix my mother home first before I come to my father home, but it looks like the injustice is becoming too prevalent in Grand County, so I'm home to fight the injustice.
Oh wow, you back now to fight injustice in your father's territory.
Yeah, I can do it simultaneously.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So I mean, we're just gonna be talking Jeter politics. Who is that guy? Bobby Torre will say, "Who is this guy?" You're the man from Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center. They got him. They got never saw you in Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center, eh?
No, no, apparently not.
Uh, the guy said, "Who is this guy?" That's Zaya put it. So how's the election fever in your area? How's this going on in there? How campaign? How people going around, campaigning from life and right in your area?
Well, Prince, I think the campaign is on course. You can see it, I think, this weekend, if you follow the activities in Pennsylvania. Yes, we had a section in Pennsylvania, which was well attended. We'll have our members coming from other states. Yeah, it was fantastic during the weekend, and we just try to keep the momentum going. We don't want to uh, kill it, so we continue to do the last or the finishing touches as we get closer to the election. But the election, from all indications, from everything we have played with the data, we have done the analysis, we're going in our war room, and for all indications, the victory is just a matter of time.
The victory is just a matter of time.
Yeah.
You guys are very sure of winning this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's sure is descriptive. We are sanguine that we're going to win. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's
Because Prince, the reason why we are optimistic is because, I mean, if you look at the two candidates, I mean, one is coming with mendacities, with lies, and the other side is coming with truth. One side is coming with clear record. Mana Idepoa is coming with clear record. She has something concrete, she has something tangible that she can show. Whereas our friends on the other side, they are coming with will. We will do this. So it's a huge contrast. Somebody giving you just mere words and say, "I will do this." No, we don't want will right now. We want somebody who will do something for our people. Idepoa is doing something right now that we can see.
so you think either party doing a lot of great jobs. She should be in the team.
Yes, yes. If it is not broken, why fix it? I mean, how can you bring somebody who has no record? I mean, especially when it comes to community organization. I mean, he hasn't led any community organization before. I mean, the mayor has right now he is on a testing period, and the chapter that he is leading is breaking down. So why would you want to give a union with 22 or 21 chapters right now? If the man cannot take care of one, why you want to give him 21? So it's just basic logic.
Mm. Basic logic. You should not be giving the whole GGAA in the United States.
No, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. I think, Prince, my understanding of leadership, you can't just wake up overnight and become a leader. You have to learn. So if you look at the progression, so I, I think Mr. Collins will honor somebody before he served honor somebody before, and then he built our leadership skills. And then Idepoa served honor him, so she cultivated his leadership skill. Now you see Isaac as well. Isaac is building his. So it's something that you learn over time. You don't just arbitrarily come out and say you want to be a leader. I don't have anything personal against Mr. Gilman and Josephine Slew, right? But I think they have not cultivated the skills to lead a community. They have to serve under somebody to learn, and then they can come. You have to be under the tutelage of somebody. But you can just come and you say, "Oh, because you don't like either poor or whatever the deal is," and you say you want to be a leader for an organization as vast as the Grand General Association. If there's someone um, um, community, I mean, like you say, a quarter organization, I'll say, okay, we can do it, but it's not a whole county. This is the granted that the county that produced the
But
first regional president.
Gilmore is the chapter's president. He got a whole chapter that he's leading. And Josephine Slew, on the other hand, the people led. They are leaders in their chapters.
Yeah, but Prince, it's not about. You see, there is a bearing title and there is being a leader. Those people, they are bearing titles right now. They are title bearers. They are not leaders, because it, if you are a leader, Prince, you can see what a leader, because leadership changes things around. So since the man took over, okay, say for example, you say he wants to um bring people to the US, for example, right? So you set an example while you are serving at the chapter level. So had Gilman brought somebody from Liberia and say, oh, you know what, I just brought 2 or 3 persons when I was chapter leader. So I will continue that policy, you know. But you can see that the chapter is breaking down. The man own vice president came up the other day and she said the man has marginalized her, you know, her name is not on the list to vote. So when the men try to sideline and disenfranchise people, this is a democratic organization. It's the right of the people to vote, and the man is now brushing people aside because they don't agree with him. That is a problem. That's a leadership problem right there. So the chapter is growing when we see where he took where the chapter was before and where did he take it or where is it right now. But we don't see it right now. From all indication, what we are looking at, the Mexican chapter is not growing. Yes. And so what gave the man the bigger chapter? That's an issue.
Chapter is not growing, so the man should, therefore, he should not be given the bigger chapter.
No.
Okay. So, what would you say about those people who yeah, they were the critic of Ide, who said that Ide does not have that unity, that peace, that she keeps money in the bank and she don't do anything back home. She's not carrying on projects from the previous administration that she promised people that she's going to, carry on the projects of Mr. Yubote. They say there is nothing that is going on in Grandjule that she's doing. All she does, she keeps her money in the bank.
Prince, you see, what I see from those voices, right? You see, Africa has been it was under the control of the colonial masters before, you know, and so they have colonized our thinking to the point where if we have a good leader, they demonize that person. And so that's what we have right now in, say, for example, Burkina Faso. That young man is doing well, but you have the colonial masters right now, they are demonizing him. They're trying to make him to be the boogeyman, even though he is doing something for his people. It's the same way because a lot of us here, we are mentally colonized. You know, so when we see somebody who is making effort to change the condition of our people, we start to run smear campaign against the person. You know, so you have people like Fred William, for example. Mr. Graham, I mean, the record can show that a man failed the Grand Jury Association in America. So he failed our community. The man is not a Democrat. He does it once you disagree with Fred Graham, his next course of action is to divide the community. You know, so we don't need these people. We don't need Mr. Pine. Mr. Pine was tried by Kau Flan. And Mr. Pine also failed, and that's why Kau fired him. The same thing with J.J. Dennis.
Kaudewa?
Kau fired him. He was recalled from the board. It's just a fancy way. The fire is offensive, or that's a straightforward way of saying it. I mean, when they say recall, now what English or book men will call euphemism, a pleasant way of saying something that is unpleasant. So you say the man was recalled, but he was fired by Kau Flan. Yeah.
You were fired by Kauflan.
Yes.
Oh wow.
The same thing with J.J. Dennis. He was also fired. Those guys, they were given a task to serve the people of Pennsylvania, and they were not reporting to the president, the man that sent them, because they had chapter representatives on the board. They were not doing that job, and that was Kau fired them. You know, so if the people cannot do a simple job that was given to them, to even report to a chapter leader, as based on our investigation, Mr. Pine, Mr. JJ Dennis, they were not paying their dues and do different things. I mean, how can these people say, you know what, we are now, we the savior of the Grand General Association, when you will not do the basic to pay your meeting dues and just make report and tell the people what you are doing on the board, you know? So, I mean, Mr. JJ Dennis, you want to take a project in Basel, in my district, where my father is from. The man built a structure that, I mean, a baby can shake the pillow. That building is a hazard. I'm glad that, I mean, our children did not sit on that, because it would have been a disaster in Basel, you know. So these are the people that are coming on the internet and they are vilifying Idipua 24/7. Meanwhile, when you compare their record, when you juxtapose their records, they are not even close to Idipua. No, these people, they are colonial agents. They are just there to hold Africa backwards. They are there to hold Liberia backwards. When you see progress being made, then they'll come on the internet and say, no peace in your DNA. You know, like our former president, who was also fired by the board of directors, Mr. Fred Wayne. He was fired because he was not following the Constitution, and he was fired by the board, you know. And so the man threw tantrum and divided the community. Idepoa is giving him the platform to speak, all right? He ran away from the organization. He thought he could demolish the organization. And Idepoa resuscitated the organization. Now he's running campaign and say, oh, the woman does not. How can you be running campaign in somebody's organization? You call yourself, you ran away, you went somewhere else. And now you're calling somebody names. You know, so these people do not mean well for Grand Jide. And that is why.
What do you mean the man ran away?
Prince, if you decouple your people, when you divide your people, what is that? The man divided the organization. This is the organization that was established in 1975. Nobody, as far as I know, has divided the Grand Jide Association before but Fred William. The man is not a unifier. And that's why he got GGAD that is now dying. And because it's dying, so he's coming home now. We don't mind the prodigal son to come home. We don't mind doing that. But come home with clean thoughts, with clean
You refer to the former president as a prodigal son?
Yeah, he is. He ran away. He went and formed his own organization. He came to us, oh, I want to get my own. Okay, go do your own organization. We're fine with that. But now the organization is not holding, and so he's coming home. We are the parent. We don't mind accepting the man, but you cannot be pointing finger when you are coming home. And I will not be here. I, Dr. Yapo, the esoteric, a son of Grand Jide County, will not be here for Fred William and Mr. Pine and Mr. JJ Dennis to come and run smear campaign on the internet. No, we are not going to be here. Our people will be liberated. Our children need to go to school. Fred William at the side over there, they never send our children to school. I mean, our women are riding motorbikes over there when they are pregnant. Nothing is being done. And Idepoa is trying to do something about it. And they are on the internet and just making noise and pointing finger out. You see, Fred, let me tell you something. You see, these guys are misogynists. You know, misogynists are people that hate females. You know, and you don't understand.
Why will you say that female?
I will break it down to you, Fred, if you want. I will break it down to you. You see, our society, the African culture, was set up such that women are supposed to be in the kitchen, right? That's our culture. And the culture is now evolving, it's changing. Our children are going to school, they are learning. And so they are posing a challenge to the men now. So people like Fred Guiana that are stuck in the past, you know, that are they are still dabbling in the antediluvian age. You know, they don't want to come in the modern era. They want women to be in the kitchen. So because Idepoa is now beating Fred Guiana's record, he is beating what you call him, Mr. Jane Yibote record, he's beating JJ Dennis record. Those men, so they are angry. Who is that lady that trying to come and try to relegate our history, our bar record, you know? And that what they are doing is they don't like females. They don't. If you like female, you will not go against Idepoa because Idepoa has not done anything wrong. She has not divided our community like Fred Guiana. She has not done anything like JJ Dennis did, because other than all the guys that are running campaign against Idepoa, those were the people that coalesced to divide our community. They were all supporting Fred Guion. So what they are doing right now, they are trying to derail the sources that Idepoa has acquired.
Is J.J. Dennett supporting Fred Guion?
Oh yes.
Or Daniel Pine supporting Fred
All
Guion?
of them, they are with Gilman. They are Gilman people. Why do you think they demonizing Idepoa? Because Gilman is their agent. They are bringing Gilman because again the GGAA is doing well and GGAD is dying. So what they are doing is they are bringing their agent Gilman to spoil what to complete what Fred Guion could not do. That's why they bring him. It's a strategic move to break Grand General Association apart so that they can focus on what we are fighting to put it back together again. Then they focus on their GGAD. It's a strategy, and we can't make these guys to be successful in doing this. Why you bring the kakistocrats to come to the Grand General Association? Why? You bring Gilman, you bring Sue. Those are not leaders. No, they are not. They have no legacy. They have no history when it comes to leadership. So why you bring the kakistocrat to lead a Grand General Association in Americas? Why? So think about it, Fred. I mean, Prince. Think about it. It's a ploy because they failed first, and so it's a second move. It's a second attempt to accomplish a mission. And being the spokesperson of the elders and the ancestors, I'm not going to be here for these guys to break the vehicle.
The spokesman for the ancestors.
Yes, I represent the elders and the ancestors. And so these guys will not break the organization apart. I will not be here for them to do that. No. Fred,
you're going to check them.
Oh, we are here. I am not going nowhere. I'm here to stay. Sano County and Grand General Association or Grand General, they will do the right thing by all means necessary. You know, they want to do the right thing. They are not going to pull our people apart. Friends, our people are suffering. Our people are suffering, and all these guys are doing is to be on the internet and just and just tear people apart. Meanwhile, their record is terrible in the community. Mr. Pine, and when you were the president for the Chien people, what did he do? He put it on the impression that he wanted to rehabilitate the roads in that place. The people generated around $6,000 to $7,000 to give it to him. When the people asked for financial report, this is a man that had a background in accounting. He could not bring bank statement to present it to the people. He was manually writing stuff down when they went to a meeting.
Until Mr. Pine served as what?
President for the Chien people, to the chapter before the Chien people, according to our research. So when he went to a meeting, he could not make a clear financial report. The people wanted a financial report, and he was trying to fool the people because he has accounting background, trying to fool the people. And then Madam, I think Vera Gay, I hope I got her name right. She was the national president for the Chien people. But then she had done her research. She brought the bank statement, everything. So Mr. Pine went and presented and said, oh, you have $6,000 and $7,000 still in the account. Only to find out it was only $50 in the account. The woman presented a bank statement. These are the people that are pointing finger at Idepoa. The woman who took over the organization with negative $25,000. And she now paid the money. And we got some little money in the account. And now they are coming from all over the place. She's not doing anything. How much did he leave in the account? You did not leave money in the account. You left debt with us. So how can you come now and point finger at the one who is structuring the organization, who is sending container to our people in Graduate County, for the children to get school supplies, for the people to get medical supplies? How can you demonize the person? And Fred, Prince, that is why I'm saying I will not be here. The same way the people in Sano County, they don't like the ground, especially those that are doing the wrong thing. The reason they don't let us see the ground I work on because I've been checkmating them. And so I have been seeing that. I've been sitting back and watching in the Grand General Association. And I see people like Fred Guion and the likes of Pine and the likes of J.J. Dennis. They're doing the same thing to our people. They're replicating the bad history of people like Milton TJ in Sino County. And I'm not going to be here for that to happen.
Then you got a lot of work to do because you're going to be between Sano and Grand Jury now.
What happened?
So you're going to have a lot of work to do because you're going to be
yeah. I mean, I'm working in concert with you. I know you are against injustice as well. I don't think you do injustice.
So you think that these guys are bad influence in our community, especially in pertaining to this upcoming election?
Prince, the guys are, when you say bad influence, I think it's gonna you are minimizing the gravity of the I mean, I would say they are malevolent forces, you know, malevolent. Yeah, it is more deeper than that, you know, because the Prince, the reason I'm saying that, if somebody like Ide Poa, for example, is the woman does not sleep for this organization, for our people in Sino, not graduate, sorry. She's going around and acquiring whatever she can put her hand on to help our people. And then the guys will be on the internet and calling the woman no PC or DNA. You see, Fred, you can. I don't know why I kept calling you Fred, but Prince.
No problem. I understand it.
Yeah.
Viewer probably know the difference between Fred.
Prince, you see, when you love your county, or if you disagree, if you don't like somebody, if you don't like somebody, you can still agree with the person when they're doing the right thing. But in this universe of these guys, once they do not like you, I told you they are misogynists. They don't like females. Okay, so whatever Ide Poa does, it is seen as a negative. That's what they do. That's why people that don't like their county, because a patriot is the one who will say, you know, I disagree with you, but I applaud you on what on X, Y, Z. That's how a real patriot behaves. But when you every good thing that somebody does and you turn it around, you are not a patriot. When the last time Fred come and say, you know what, I'm leading a delegation to go and meet with Ide Poa so we can have a reconciliation for our community. That's the right thing to do. Have you seen him doing that?
I think Fred did one in Iowa about I think 2 years ago. When we
He
left
led
from
a
Iowa,
delegation.
if Fred went there, they had a peace thing. Gibson Jerry was one of those who your man Madison McCarvin. So I think he tried. He did one.
Yeah.
And then you said about the scholarships. Don't afraid going on administration there with that scholarship going on that went on and they pay people school fees and send people to school during his time.
Did they graduate?
One or two of them graduated.
What major?
When they was in the medical field.
I mean, medical is big. Like they're nurse.
But they were in the medical thing that one or two of them graduated. I think one got a doctor or something something. I can actually put it up because it's been a long time. Or at least there was a scholarship. There was an office at the Ken Johnson Road area on a UN Drive area there, and then because the guy who was heading that place was my cousin, so I know. And then the students at from the university used to go to Crest the Grand Julians, go there and get their step in. So at least Fred did one or two stuff.
So assuming he did that, guess what? It was the effort of Ide Poa and Mr. Collins, because they generated that money. It's not Fred. So you can't. I mean, if I give a Prince, if I generated money, I give it to you, and you buy something with it. I mean, who get the credit? I should be getting it. So basically, it's Ide Poa and Collins.
I bought the thing.
Huh?
I'm gonna get a credit. I purchased the thing.
No, but you didn't raise the money. We raised the money. We gave the money to you.
And Collins?
What happened?
You want to get a credit to Edith and Collins?
Oh yeah, they generated the funds, so I give it to them. If I want to see first program that he put in place to generate the funds, no program he inherited.
He just made the money and use it.
Huh?
He made the money and just use it.
I mean, on a first watch, it was just noise. check
No,
flying all
I
over the
said
internet.
he came and he met the money there in the
Uh-huh.
bank, and he just spent the money. Yeah, use it, spend it out.
Yeah, the man is a reckless spender. That's what he does, and that's why the people went behind him, because he was not spending the money according to the Constitution. Why you think they fire him? Because the money was not spent properly or in keeping with the Constitution. Now, what they fire him for? So when you tamper with the people money, that's what happens.
Okay, so so Edith plans. Edith been doing a lot of stuff. You got idea on what Edith been doing back in Liberia, like
Yeah,
what Edith did for the past 2 years?
Prince, I have been with Edith Poor for a while, all the way from Bless the Children. I served as secretary for Bless the Children Foundation. This is the woman that established a foundation.
They said Blessed and Children Foundation, according to JJ Dennis, they didn't do nothing in Grand Jide. Nothing they did in Grand Jide.
So, I mean, why you listen to people like J.J. Dennis, the man who built a
Why
building
not?
huh?
Why not? Why won't I listen to him?
The man that squandered $57,000 of our money, buy some people money, and the man you listen to? 57 grand. The man could not finish a building for 4 years. And so the other man, and besides that, Prince, where is the evidence? Major came on internet and just said, stop. Everything I'm saying right now, they are backed by evidence.
So the Blessed Children Foundation is something established in Grand Jide, and Edith did something there. He didn't say that Edith didn't do something. He said, but there's nothing done in Grand Jide.
Yeah, but again, Bless the Children is not blessed the Grand Jide
Bless, it's
Foundation.
not Bless the Grand Jide Children.
No,
The Bless the
it's
Children
for
Foundation.
Liberian children. It's
So
for
any
children.
child that again,
Yeah,
any
so
of the
anywhere
counties that are
that
suffering,
is, right,
she just go there and help out.
right.
I saw they had some kids, I think from Bone County, where they had a little guy who had a surgery,
right.
had something on his thing, but nothing done in Grand Jide.
Yeah, I mean, again, that is not a strong criticism. The fact of the matter is, we can point to something that she did. What can JJ Denner point to when you were president? That old building that breaking apart, concrete building is shaking. That why you want to point to? Either one were able to take somebody or tumor from somebody's face, and the person is now happy and going to school and normal now. That's what we're talking about. So whether it's in Grand Jide County, whether it's in Lofa County, it's Liberia. That's what. So you see, the reason people that JJ
I was in Grand Jide, I was in Liberia, 2021. I saw Blessed Children. They had a groundbreaking of build a structure in Grand Jide County. So I know JJ probably spoke or Ango or whatever, but
it's all politics.
They got a journalist who sent some people from the radio station. They went and they covered the whole program in the Kunamo Belt area.
So, but it's all politics, and that's why I'm getting. Sometimes I get frustrated, right, Prince, because you got a Democratic Party, you got the Republican Party. If you want to show your flex your political muscles, you can go to the organization or the political parties and flex your political muscles, right? But these guys don't want to do it. They come to an NGO and they want to show that they are politicians, and that's the weird thinking of our people. This is humanitarian for helping people, but you come and politicize it. Okay, are you afraid to go to the Democratic Party and preach your party, or the Republican Party and preach your politics? You have to come to a non-political organization and come preach politics. So, I mean, the guys are just, they are not helpful to our community. No, they are not. And that is why some of us, we are here to support the poor. Because the men, since 1975, I think besides, there's one lady, based on my reading, where Matokana, the rest have been men that have been leading the organization. What have they done? But because the woman is beating that man that want to build statue, she is making impact in Grand Jide, adding value to the human population.
I mean, the statue is a very genuine, big project. The man undertook 125,000.
Yes. So, Prince, what is the economic value of that structure?
That statues all over the wall. You got statues with all these people. They even have a Robert Lee statue right in South Carolina, North Carolina, wherever they had it. The guy who killed a bunch of black people. That statues all over the people wouldn't see it. The statue of Salvador, I don't think it's a resource.
Friends, the league guy you're talking about, his statue was built by an NGO? No. So you can't take NGO money and build statue for a national leader. So at the time we made a case, we were telling Mr. James Bote, you have lawmakers from Grand Jeda County. You got your representatives and you got your senators. Make a proposal to them and say, you know what, we want though all the presidents of Liberia to be memorialized. We need monuments, we need statues for them. You guys should proffer a bill so that we can build a statue in their honor. That's the appropriate way to go about it. Those are national figures, you know, so they can make a bill in it. But you can't take an NGO 125,000 and put it in building statue. It would have made sense if the men had taken out 125,000 and say, you know what, I want a scholarship in honor of President Doe. That's something that will make sense. But it's a waste of the NGO's money, you know. And that is why I'm happy that the man is not in power anymore, because it's, friends, I told you the other time, or maybe if you follow my show, I try to follow countries around the world, what they are doing, for which people talk about them. We don't talk about the US because they build statues. We don't talk about China because they build statues. We don't talk about Russia. You know why we talk about them? Because they educate their people. And so because their people are educated, they can innovate, they can create. So they are power. In that case, you give them power, you empower them mentally. But if you build statue, which are called geographical decoration, you are only decorating the land. It does not help the people. It does not put food on the table. When somebody is sick, you don't go to the statue. I mean, when some pregnant woman is in labor, you don't go to the statue. No.
So you think, Jim, you would have wasted the
It's a waste
GTA,
of our money.
people's money?
It's a waste of our money. It's a waste of the money. Imagine 225,000 if you invest that money in children to go to medical school. That would be a plus for Grand Jeda. That would be a plus for Liberia. You know, when somebody say right now you carry on a statue to treat them, no, you can't. And so building statues should be the byproduct of education. When you have people that are educated, they are economically okay, they can build any statue they want to build themselves. But our people are struggling. No roads, no electricity, nothing. Everything is just messed up. And somebody's building a statue using NGO's money. And these are the people that are supporting Gilman. And you think they get good agenda for Grand Jeda County? No, they don't. Gilman campaign is premised on lies. The man telling you, come and bring 30 people from Grand Jeda every year. You see, these are the people that are coming to you. 30 people every year. Is that a serious, somebody serious somebody you got to take seriously? No, they don't mean well for Grand Jeda County. They just want to fool and come, get power, and demolish the organization. That's what they want to do. They want to dismantle Grand Jeda Association, and that's why they're bringing Gilman.
Oh, so you think they are bringing Gilman to destroy the organization?
That is the plan.
Who are these people?
That is the plan.
Who have that plan?
Again, I'll be very slow to explain it to you. Who was president in the Grand Jeda Association?
The former president?
Yeah, that was a rhetorical question. He was a president who broke the organization apart.
And you think he bring Gilman to complete where he started?
Yeah, let me finish. So he was somebody who broke the organization apart. What role did JJ Denner play in the conflict? He told side with Fred. What role did Mr. Pine play during the conflict? He told side with Fred. Okay? What role did Gilman play during the conflict? He told side with Fred. And these are the people that are coming back and they say they want to leave Grand Jeda Association. Do you think they got good motive for the organization? No. If these people have good motive for the organization, they say, you know what? We will stay here and run campaign and remove the president and take leadership. But they divided the organization. And brothers and brothers, sister and sister on the internet and cussing each other out. And that is okay on their watch. And these people are telling you they're coming, turn Grand Jeda into Japan. And you want to believe that. We are not gullible here. We are not credulous for these guys to come and do. Their plan is to destroy Grand General Association because Fred did not do it, and so they are bringing Gilman, who basically is the Donald Trump of the Grand General County. The man is a Donald Trump. You know, let me tell you a little bit about Gilman. I used to follow the brother when he was with ANC campaigning on a platform. And one time he was talking about his achievement in Grand General County. You know what he said? He said, I gave people loan. Okay, just think about it a little bit for a second, friends. What is a loan? A loan is the money that you give somebody with interest. You pay, the person got to pay the money, and then they pay interest on top of it. That what Gilman is what we call a capitalist. A capitalist is somebody who does something for profit. He does not do anything without profit. So he gave poor people in Grand General, poor women, money to pay the money back with interest. And there is something we call usury. Usury is where you charge exorbitant interest on a loan. And that's what Gilman did to our people. Because the people don't have enemies, so he gave them loan, and he charged exorbitant fees on top of that. So it's not a good, Gilman said, I get people grant, it will be a good thing. But he was doing business, he's a capitalist. It's about profit, and that's what they want to do. So you don't want to bring a Donald Trump to us here. What is the legacy of Josephine Slew in terms of community leadership? The only recommendation, Prince, when you ask me what recommendation I can make for those two people, they are pretty boy and pretty girl. And when they're having a competition and we're looking for pretty boy and pretty girl, they can go represent Grand General County. I will support them in that area.
But Josephine served as chapter as a I think a chaplain or some. She served for state. She been and right now she's the queen for the Kunambo statutory district.
Queen?
Yeah.
Hey man, Prince, are you serious?
Yeah, she's our queen.
That is called ceremonial position. It's ceremonial. Prayer to pray. I mean, what do you need? What does prayer do? You know, so the woman has not served in real leadership where she will make decision, where you'll be confronted with challenges and you make decision. No, she has
spiritual decisions.
What happened?
She makes spiritual decisions.
Spiritual, man, people are hungry. You're talking about spiritual. My background is in philosophy. We can go into that tonight. We'll not go anywhere. You know?
I know you don't believe in Jesus, so we're not going to go into
that. So let's leave the spiritual stuff. Yes. So I mean, Prince, I was talking about that on my page. I did a video. The vice president wrote, the woman who wants to be the vice president for us. The sentence you wrote, Prince, I could not understand what you were trying to convey. How can you bring the woman to be the vice president for our organization? That's a zero problem. If you cannot write a simple sentence to make sense to us, I'm not saying get all the PhD, but at least a simple sentence, you cannot write it properly.
What do you mean? Maybe you never had your glasses on that day, but you
want me to read it right out for you? I can read it right out. I mean, I'm not saying you speak all the big book and all the, but at least the basic should be at your disposal. You know, we are not in the jungle to say, you know what, maybe I don't have access to resources, but you are in the U.S. You know, there are people that came here that never completed high school, but the country created the opportunity. They got a GED, you can go get a document, and you further your education. You know, but I mean, the thing is, I've been hearing these guys, right? Prince, they say, education is not all to it. But guess what they are doing? They are sending their children to school. Okay, why are you sending your children to school? When it's not about education. Why are you sending your children to school? You know, so they talk on both sides of their mouth. On one hand, education is not all to it, but on the other side, they're sending their children to all the best schools. Why are you doing that? You know, so I want when somebody comes out to represent my county, I should be proud of that person. I don't have to hold my breath when somebody who is representing my people. I'll be like, what is the person about to say? When I'm sending Isaac Nyanwule somewhere to go make the case, I would not hold my breath. If Idepoa is going somewhere, I don't hold my breath because they know what they are talking about. You know.
Oh,
See
you mean
what?
Gilman goes around, the man make a lot of case for himself and his supporters, and he can make that case for Grand Jury County. It's like what Josephine.
Oh man. You see, Prince, this is why I expected Gilman to have done. First of all, when the conflict came, if there's somebody who loves his county, right? He will. If you don't want to take a side, that's fine. Maybe you can be neutral,
What
and then
conflict now?
later on, you can form a team.
What conflict you talking about?
The Grand Jury Association a conflict that Fred created, you know. So during that conflict, a Gilman, that's how I watching all the young men. I'll say, okay, let me see what Gilman will do. How Gilman say, okay, maybe I don't want to take a side with the administration or with Fred Gwion. I'll be a neutral man. And then later he set up a committee and said, you know what, I want to engage both sides. This is not healthy for Grand Jury County. How he made that move, I'll say, you know what, the young man means well. But he took a side with the man who divided the community.
He
Think
took a
about
side
that
with
thing.
Fred.
Yeah, he took side with Fred. And that's why Fred is supporting him right now. It's not because he got a better
It's a
policy.
payback.
I'm sorry?
It's a payback from Fred.
Oh, yes. It's reciprocity. You scratch my back, scratch your back. That's what they're doing. So they're using him as the agent to come and divide the community because Fred failed. That's what they're doing. I mean, look at what platform the guy is breaking to us. What is the platform? The man is not breaking anything besides breaking 30
The man
people.
talks about agriculture. He talks about a lot of things in his on his platform, though.
Oh man, the man. That's what we call plagiarism. The man plagiarized Idepoa's platform.
What are you talking about?
That's what he did. They plagiarized, and that's what I was like. You know what? These guys are not original. Because when you're original, you create. The only thing that is original to Gilman is bringing 30 people from Grand Jury, which is not true. That's what. But everything else on the platform, it was copy and pasted from Idepoa platform. That's what they did.
You think he talked about the insurance policy or plan that he got.
But these are things that Idepoa and Aze, they were ideas they were tossing with
You
before.
think it can work? It will be possible to be done.
No, I don't think you can do that.
Why you say so?
Because charity begins at home and ends abroad. What has Gilman done in the chapter? Let's see something that he has done in the chapter to make that prediction. Let's do that. I mean, you can't. Prince, this is not voodoo.
In his chapter of Detroit, he didn't do that.
No, he did not establish insurance scheme over there. No, he did not. He said he want to get office for us. The chapter over there does not have an office. So what are the indicators that we can look at and say, you know, Gilman will do this? The man says he's a real estate man. Okay, I want real estate people in Grand Jury County. When we want to do business, we encounter Gilman. But this is charity. Real estate people, again, the man is a capitalist. It's about profit. It's about money, you know. So the man can be our Donald Trump. We don't have a problem with that. But when it comes to humanitarian organization, he doesn't know how NGOs are run. No, he doesn't, you know. And the man said he got, I mean, real estate buy. I've never seen a Gilman organization or like you say, his real estate agent office before. I haven't seen anything. I mean, I heard him saying stuff, but I haven't seen somewhere. Oh, this is our office. I mean, you can come anytime, and I mean, if you want to buy a home, you can do this. No, he does the videos on Facebook, and that's it.
So you follow him. You follow him on Facebook.
Oh yes, I follow the brother because again, each of us has something to offer, right? So his strength is in capitalism, you know, how to exploit people, you know, because that's what capitalists do. So the man wants to exploit people. That's
The
why
man
he
want
grew
to help
up.
people. He said the man want to exploit people. That's a harsh word to use on the
What
brother who's trying to help people up and try to see if people have first time home buyers and all that stuff the brother is doing.
Prince? Yes. When you get somebody loan, what are you doing? You get somebody 30 years loan. By the time they finish paying that, it triple or quadruple that. It's what they call rip off. The man is not doing you a favor. That's what capitalists do. They rip people all the thing they're doing you good, and you for years, 30 years, you paying that one loan you can't finish. So he's not doing you a favor. He's just using you as a tool to get capital, to get resources. That's how capitalists they see human being. They see you and myself as a tools to be used, and that's somebody to an agent to help. And that's the difference between socialism and capitalism. The socialism say, you know what, we need program to help people, and capitalism say, no, it's about business, profit and profit and profit, and that's what government is for. It's not helping our people out. It's not.
Okay, let's pivot a little bit. You talk about Ubote in your video. You say you play a couple of slides of your video, Ubote leadership, and as you say, you've been around. I've been seeing you for a very long time. You go to places, you quiet, you move around, but you got who you want to support. And I've been seeing you a lot from Minneapolis and other areas. So tell us about Ubote's leadership on the GGA.
You see, and that's what it goes to my point. I was talking about misogynism, right? Why is it the guys are misogynists? Okay. Mr. James Ubote and Edith Poor, I think in 2017, if I'm wrong, you correct me, when they contested I participated, I was in Minnesota during the election. And he was fortunate to have won that election. I mean, which was based on sympathy,
Ubote won that election on sympathy?
It was also on sympathy. I mean, that's
Were you there?
Huh?
Were you there?
I was there. I had my camera one time. The man came and said, "Yo, man, listen to that man. Oh, he lying on me. He came in the camera." The man came.
You talking your camera?
Oh yeah, the man crashed the whole thing. Okay, yo, man, listen to that man. But the point I'm trying to make, friends, is Mr. James Ubote is a misogynist because he won the election, and Edith Poor giving you a hug and say, Mr. President, congratulations. My goal is not about winning. My goal is for us to help Grand Junction County. That is my goal. So I don't necessarily have to win the election, but since you won the election, it's $1,000 to start up your administration with, yes, for education, for scholarship. How many percent did Mr. James Ubote get scholarship? His 4 years was spent on building statue. And election time, the lady that gave him $1,000, he gone with Gilman. Because what? Again, it goes back to their history. Because they were in this, they formed the cabal that divided the community in the past. So, Gilman supported Frere Guion. All of them, they were in solidarity with Frere Guion. So they must support Gilman. And I mean, and the man, I was so shocked when he said, I am voting for SLU because SLU supported me. Okay. Edith Poor supported you and gave you money. And you voted for SLU? I mean, who has zero legacy when it comes to leadership? Come on. This is how I can tell that the people, they have something personal against Edith Poor. You want to look at Edith Poor and look at Gil and SLU, and say you want to vote for SLU, you don't have the best interest of Grand Junction County. No, you don't. Edith Poor went to demonstrate for our people. She went to the United Nations headquarters in New York. She went to Liberia and spoke with President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to free our brothers that were wrongly incarcerated. The woman, she's sending medical supply, even during the Ebola in Grand Junction.
It is sending the medical supply right now. It is sending the medical supply because of election purpose. You're doing it for campaign. Why now? Was some of the words from Mr. Dennis. Why now? You had 2 years to do it. Why now? Wait for the last minute. Election will be in 3 months. Then either shipping or continue. She been having those things in a warehouse. Nonsense. since election is approaching, she go and bag them up, put them in a 40-foot container and ship them. That's what her critics say.
But Prince, look at what you just said. Critics, those are not, they are not objective critics, right? They are destructive critics.
They ask why now? Why not? Why you kept those things
So
all the time?
I asked you the question the other day, why not now? What is wrong with sending it now? Okay, let me tell you
During
why.
election period.
Let me tell you why now. Let me tell you why now. I think Dr. King said it right. The time is always right to do that which is right. Okay. Number two, when somebody is sick and you are a doctor and you are running for office, do you say because I'm running for office political time, so I will not help the patient or the person that needs help? No. So, and we also have to understand what is the purpose of this organization. What is it? Is that a political organization, or is an organization that was established to help people? The organization, as I understand it, is an organization that was established to help our people. Okay. So whether it is political time or non-political time, the time is always right to help our people out. So again, the J.J. Dennis, the Mr. Pine, the Fred Guion, they do not want our people to be helped. So once you are giving assistance, when you are empowering our people, they get angry. It irritates them. So they come on the internet and say, why now? But why not now? What is wrong with helping our people? What is wrong with sending academic supply to students?
There's nothing wrong with that. They're just looking at the timing. That's all.
So, but I don't see what is wrong about the timing. I don't see anything. So if you are running for office, you can't help your people?
Either been having those things stored in the area, and then election, we saw either putting it in the container to send it.
I mean, that's what they think. Again, they don't want our people to be assisted.
Pushing it, I might even get there before election day so they can share and see the videos.
So, I mean, again, if you just give mere words, maybe if had a man say, you know what, I went to either house or I went to this place and I saw either got it in a stack or somewhere and she did. But you just come on the internet to run campaign and you say, oh, she had all those in there and she waited until campaign time. It's just mama jama, It's just political abracadabra the brother is doing to buy sympathy from the people. But which is better? Him that failed to complete a building for 4 years, or I'm gonna pour that senator for our people. So you cannot point finger, and when we look at your legacy, it's not something to praise. J.J. Dennis and those people, their record in the community, it's not something. I mean, those are all that follow, that try to read their history and do the proper investigation. When you hear some of the things people say about this guy, you want to cry.
But things that they say about J.J. Dennis,
Dennis,
are terrible things.
Terrible things. I mean, eating people money, is that a good thing?
No, I don't think J.J. ate people money, man.
What did he do with the $57,000?
Allegation. That's why they set a committee up to investigate.
The
committee going to probe in the issue.
Prince, when you see people try to do probe on you, something is wrong. One who is ethically sound, right? Somebody who is fair, when they leave in office, they will do all the paperwork and give you all the documents. But when you leave office, you don't do proper transition, and people start to do probe on you, something is already wrong. The man was doing shit. Look, Prince, you play the video. A concrete pillar is shaking like a plastic. The guys were cutting corners and putting the money in their pocket. They're doing substandard job.
And that's in your district.
And that is what getting to me, because that is an endangerment of my people. And when you love your people, you don't put your people's lives in danger. You don't do that. So
why do you think the building is like that? Did he not monitor the supervise the thing, set up people to go on the site and see it? He just trust him. Yeah, you could just trust the guys who doing the building and send the money to them and they build that mess.
So there are two things I come to mind when as it relates to your question. The first thing is maybe the guys. I mean, it's not maybe. I think I can make that. I can postulate that the line their pocket. So instead of giving the full $57,000 for the people to do the work, they call a deal with a contractor and say, you know, man, we'll give you the amount, do what you can do. You know, that's one theory. The second theory is the company, the contractor, the company does not have the expertise to do the work. You know,
I
that's
was talking
another
about
theory.
change network here,
Yeah, change their work.
where people, everybody go to change. They are built a lot of things in the country. So
Okay,
I
so
think what I
again,
saw in the video, because if you building a house back home or something, you will want to see pictures, videos as they're doing going, carry on the process. So you don't think JJ they just trusted the guys, cheating their way, trusted them and just give them the 50. I think they say $57,000.
yeah, 57 grand. You know what? The Sapo Association, you know what the people did? They used $90,000 and built 3 durable nested quarters inside the country. 3. The guy used $57,000. You could even put a roof on top of that thing. So you can see that the man is
Maybe the
incapable.
man was duped
Or the president was duped.
by people he trusted.
Yeah, but that means he's not a good leader. Because when you are a good leader, you put in the mechanisms to avoid fraud and all the different things. So if you don't do your homework, then what happens? Then people dupe you. You know, so and that's why we don't want JJ Dennison to bring Gilman to us because they made bad decisions in the past. The past is the key to the present. That what Thomas acquired to us. So when they can make these bad decisions, and you listen to Mr. Pine, like he will say something like, and the reason I'm not supporting Idepoa because she's not listening to me. Okay, you know what that means? It means that don't challenge my view. And Idepoa is not somebody like that. Once you, I mean, Idepoa, when you say something, she will challenge you to see why you can defend what you are saying. So Mr. Pine and those people, they think they know it all and don't challenge your view, and you are not listening to them. You know, so they want Gilman as a marionette, as a puppet that they'll push all over the place. You know, because the man he does not have leadership of skills. And that
So
is
you
the
think
scary
because
part.
Pine said Ede does not listen to him, and he's bringing in Gilmore who will listen to him, and he can get a free ride with a GGA.
That's why you want to. That's the again. The guy Idepoa is very astute. She's a leader. So when you say something, she wants to get more into that. She will ask critical questions to see whether you're not going to contradict yourself. And Mr. Pine, those people they feel they've been around for a long time and people adulate, they celebrate them. So they want to be the alpha and the omega. Whatever they say, you should not challenge it. You should not question them. So they're breaking a neophyte, Gilman, so that whatever they tell Gilman will say, yes, sir. You know, and that's not what Idepoa is not a yes sir or yes man person. No. She's a leader. She has been tested before and she passed the leadership test.
Let go now into the conflict in our community, in the GGA community. I was in Iowa. I listened to a lot of Grandians there at this program. Some of the things they said about Madam Idepoa, that the conflict in Minnesota, the same conflict in Texas. She's not taking the other states' issue serious. She's focused on Minneapolis. She focused on Minnesota because she's involved in the process. She threw the punch to have Florida removed.
Okay. So either
Or
so
someone,
again,
one of the surrogates there who would have things done in her favor.
so again, this is the blame game, right? Because if you don't have an argument, if you don't have ideas to sell to the people, you play blame game, right? You say, oh, whatever happens somewhere, that one person or that the other person doing it, you know. So in the case of Minnesota, for example, right, Mr. Floyd George served the people for 4 years. And
Seven.
no,
Seven.
the reason, no, I'm saying, I'm trying to make a point. Because I read the Constitution. The Constitution gives you 2 terms to serve.
Yeah.
He served 4 years. And then on top of that, he went additional 3 years. Yet, he is claiming he's the president. Come on, Prince.
Well, he wanted the process to be done the right way to get him out.
So,
He goes
how
in
about the
there,
3
he
years? You couldn't wait 3 years?
the meeting. They want to move in to make the motion. They get him out, like the way they did in Texas. The guy in Texas, Sam, Sam Ninen, Steve Ninen, I think, he called a meeting, and the people sat under his voice. And then other matter, somebody raised that he should be removed because he overstayed, and he's not calling for election. So that motion went in, and the people voted and removed the guy. So that you don't think that was the appropriate way to do in Minneapolis? Have Floyd sit over the meeting and then preside over the meeting, and then that similar thing happened, the getting out. But the man was removed. He was not even in the place in the meeting. He was removed by some error council or eminent council or some kind of council.
No, it's a member, it's not eminent council. But yeah, let me put it this way. You see, Prince, you can become the leader with the approbation of the people. It's the people that give the authority to be their leader, especially in a democratic organization or society. The last time I checked, Grand Judicial Association is a democratic organization. The people vote their leaders. Okay, they get time frame. It's constitutional democracy. So they got document to go over. So in a democracy, Prince, if you overstay, the people can take you. That one, if you look at Burkina Faso, the president was chased out. I mean, you can go around the world and do research where leaders were taken out of power. Kwame Nkrumah was out of the country when they took him from there. You know, so the point I'm
And
trying
Jim
to make.
Floyd fell in one of those in that capacity, being out of the country. Because Floyd not in the state when you're in Iowa when they took it
Yeah,
out.
so you don't necessarily have to be in state for the people to take action. The people, because you know what democracy means? Demo means people, and then krata is power. So it's people's power. Okay. So if you mess with the people, they can use the power. So you don't have to be present for them to take power to take action against you. So it's the power of the people. So if you get angry and you say, oh, you know what, the people remove me, it's your business because you are not obeying the instructions of the people. You are not leading according to the principles, the rules that you put in a booklet they call the Constitution. You are not following that. You overstay for additional 3 years, brother, and you blaming either poor for the people moving you. No.
The reason they blaming it, the similar thing happened on the money issue. Iowa president was charging people, I think, 2 years, and the citizens in that state called on the president to, see reason to prevail on the president of Iowa, the local chapter's president, to lower the cost. And Edith said that the national cannot get involved in this. It is not, your president issue. We can't get involved in it. But then when George Floyd took the money to 120, they saw Edith calling in the state saying, "Can you reduce the money?" So there's a double standard here from Edith. She want Minnesota people to reduce the money, and she said, "Oh, Iowa, no, your deal. We can't get involved in the process."
No, but yeah, I think there's a difference here. In Iowa, the people, they were trying to make a decision, right? She doesn't want to make a decision for the people. But in the case of Minnesota, the president made a unilateral decision, and the president is saying the decision he made is not with the acquiescence of the people. The people did not agree. So it has the propensity to cause chaos. It was a suggestion she was making to him.
So why should they make a suggestion in Iowa?
But again, the people said they are not reached a decision, right? So in the case of where there is no decision, the president cannot make a decision for the people. But in Iowa, in Minnesota, the president made a decision $120, and was causing, or it had the propensity to cause problem. And so, as a national leader, for that thing not to blow out of proportion, out of courtesy, she called the president and said, "Mr. President, the cohesiveness of the chapter is important. Is there a way that you can reduce the amount that, because first of all, you are consulted with the people before you put that amount on the floor. But you can't just wake up and impose $120 on the people. That's what they call tyranny, right? Yes, that dictatorship. That's economic dictatorship you're doing right there. You're imposing on the people. And you don't want to impose on the people. So how can you blame Idepoa, who is trying to at least intervene and say, Mr. President, so that, I mean, because if you put $120 on the people and it's convention time, they got to travel, they got to get hotel, I mean, different, they got to buy clothes for themselves. It's cash intensive. So the president was just giving a suggestion to him. It's not like you are imposing on the president. I mean, Mr. Floyd got to take responsibility for his action, for his failure not to follow the Constitution. You got to, I mean,
You think that fees he imposed, it had anything to do with his removal?
I think it's part of it, and it's a whole, it's a compilation of a couple of things or factors, you know. So I think he already overstayed, and then he imposed it on the people. So it exacerbated his plight or the condition because the people already they were angry with him, and you are imposing fees on them without their consent, and so I mean it exacerbated the situation.
Well, and from the Terry Beret saying that Edith called the Iowa chapter's president because the Iowa chapter president had a live video that said if you have to pay 2 years before I can give you the okay you to go and cash your ballot. And she after she made that video, I think what Terry said too, I'm not 100% sure. He said Edith called Iowa chapter's president, but then they went to a meeting where she was live. In the meeting, everybody expressed themselves, and she saw reason and brought the fees to $35. So our brother from Minneapolis refused to. He said people already registering paying $120.
Yeah. So again, Floyd did not proceed correctly, and so he got the ire of the people, the anger of the people, you know. Because if you sideline the people that you are leading, and you think because this is not kingdom, right? You are not running a kingdom because a kingdom is the king is above the people. You are a leader because of the people's power. It's democracy to give that power to you. So if you are not ruling, if you are not leading in consultation with the people or with the acquiescence of the people, you have issue. Mr. Floyd did not go in keeping with the Constitution. He did not consult the people. He feels that he was above the people, and the people are above you. They are the ones in charge. Democracy, the rule of the people. Maybe he kind of forgot that, and that's what happened. So you can't blame Edith Power for that. Um, in Iowa, Edith did the right thing. The people they are not made a decision, so she can't make decisions. She can't impose on anybody. No, the chapter she is correct. The chapter they have their leaders, they have their own rules. You know, so the only time the president can intervene when they call on her or when a situation has the potential to cause serious problem, then the president can at least intervene, try to give suggestion to guide the process. I
What
think
you say about those? I said he is moving around with the coup. We saw
she
that
would.
in coup d'etat. We saw that in Texas. Got new leader. We saw Virginia. We saw Indiana, and now and we saw Minnesota under the leadership of the watchful eyes of Edith Poir.
So I mean, when you say watchful eye, okay, you gotta understand again, Prince. These chapters they are semi-autonomous, right? So they are somewhat independent on their own, so they can make decisions.
They say
So
Edith can just call the people and say, "Look, the chapter your president still on. How many years is this? 5. You don't think I need to move in and put new
so when you see when you say they say right, then we want to know who they are
These are
saying.
these are these are the things that her critics are saying.
So
I
this
say
they
it's
are
just
not
moving around
valid.
with Kuta in her blood. She
They
gets
are not valid criticisms, right? They are not valid criticisms because when you say they say, first of all, you are giving us rumors, right? They say, so you are not giving up fact. You're just making up things. Oh, they say hearsay and
But
all
I
different
just
things.
said Fred said it does not have DNA. That's what he said. That's what I guess.
Then
So I
we have to take Fred seriously.
Eh?
If Fred was somebody who is objective, who is independent, and say, you know what, I can listen to Fred. But Fred has already taken a side, you know. So how can you take a opinion seriously? Now the man is a critic. Even the woman, she turns grandchildren into New York, she hasn't done anything.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I mean, when we talk, I want new generation. Like when we're talking about right now, you know what I'm doing? If I want to listen to people, I will listen to a young man like David Yano, right? You see the young man, he has a potential. Huh?
Young man like Otavio Gilmore.
Yeah, I would say yes. You know what? Gilman there's something called niche, right? Everybody got a forte, your strength. Gilman forte is capitalism, you know, to do business and get profit. That is the man niche. That is a forte. I will support Gilman in that area. But when it comes to humanitarian organization, the man does not have the resume. So why you want to put the man in charge?
You think he's going to a different ball game?
It's not his area. I mean, Prince, just look at America right now. Why you think America the way it is? Because you have this guy who is a businessman, so he wants to run the government like business, you know? And so you fighting practically everybody, you putting tariff on the whole war. So he brings a business mentality to government. Government is to serve the people. You don't got to do business with the people, you know? So it's the same mentality that Gilman has. Gilman is a businessman. I love his business acumen. He can stay in that area. Let's put people in the area where they are good, you know? You can bring, so if you read Plato's Republic, for example, he asked a question. He said, if you are a doctor, right? If somebody is sick, do you take the patient to a doctor or you take the patient to somebody who is a non-doctor? Where do you take the person? To a doctor, right? So similarly, you are trying to make the argument of a state to run a state. Who should run a state? Do you take just anybody to run a state or people that are trained, that have that study statecraft, how to run a state? That the people you put in charge, just the same way when your car spoils, you take it to the mechanic because the mechanic has that knowledge to prepare your vehicle. So when we're talking about business, when you want to make profit, you go to Gilman. That is the man's strength. You know, when it comes to NGO, we bring Ida Poa because that is her strength. Because she has successfully ran an NGO, Bless the Children Foundation. She has a record. She served other leaders and in other the Pudu, Portable, for example. And she served, other terms, and they did well in the community. So she has that record. You know, when it comes to humanitarianism, Gilman does not have that legacy. So when you're hiring people, you look at the resume. What is on that resume? So you put them in the right. So, and that's the problem we are having in our country. We put people in positions where they don't have the requisite skills and the knowledge. So when they're just occupying and just bear the title, you know, and we don't want to do that. Josephine Sulu is a beautiful lady. We have a beauty pageant. I can support my sister to be the beautiful woman to show her beauty. But when it comes to leadership, it's a different thing because leadership is consequential. Your decision can make the country to flourish or an organization to flourish, or it can kill the organization. And from all indications, those guys don't have the established history for us to give an organization with 22 or 21 chapters to them. That is dangerous. You can't do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is Zaire Pole. He's here tonight, and he's giving his whole breaking the whole election thing down. He gave his support to Idepoa back then, but he just here to elaborate more. How does a person gain the the Reiki say skill and experience?
Okay, that's a beautiful question.
From Mansfield. But before you answer that question from Mansfield, I want people to listen to your music. They said, I don't know, you made it, you called it guys in Grand Jira County, and then you pay this guy and they just sank in the whole thing in your name.
No, I didn't pay the people because inside the
country. Some people say you don't.
Sayo bode adula o, sayo bode adula o, sayo bode adula o. Dula biala, sayo bode adula o, sayo bode adula o, sayo bode adula o. Yo de wet man le gbedi isu. Aba no ni aye sare pa di aye wa jale si ya se ni. No wa kan ka mi an fi sai.
I'm not gonna.
You man no awo jo you we o nu o. Sayo bluwa o. Mwa bluwa se karo de o. Mwa bluwa se karo de o. Inde ina amana ka ebide. Kabule bo aye de wenu. Sa agba
Yes, all right.
You come and make Bobby to call you in the morning to tell you to get a gun and gun and what's going to see you. Bobby was saying, "No guy in the studio." She said, "What kind of song is this?" That the singing the man say, "Yeah, put any event song." They say, "What kind of song is this, Alicia?" Like man song that crown people singing.
I saw you put the money by.
Yeah, Bobby will call you in the morning. I'm very sure. I mean, giving up people know them in my own song, man. Bobby put that thing, a car, we play a broken part, broken ball over, pass all around the play. Because there's not gonna need. So the question from Mansfield, you know, Mansfield always follow the senior man. I don't know if you know Mansfield, but he's from Minneapolis. They got a politician.
So how does one gain the requisite skills and experience? And I said that from the beginning, right? And I said you can gain the knowledge or the skills by serving under somebody. Okay. And that is why, like, if you're going to school and before you graduate, they do internship, right? So that you can start to do a little bit of practical work to start to build a resume, right? And then they don't just put you somewhere. You have to at least work under somebody. So in the case of, I give example of Idepoa, for example, right? Manapoa did not just overnight wake up and say, you know, I want to be the national president of Grand General Association. She served local levels, you know, from there she served under Mr. Collins 2 years as vice president. So in that process, she learned. It's the same way, like, I mean, if you look at American election, you got Joe Biden, for example, on Obama learned, you know, from there, then he came to power. So it's a process. You know, you got to be under somebody to learn. You can't just overnight just wake up and say, you know what, I want to be the national president. No. So you got to learn. So I think there's a saying, if you have not been led before, you cannot lead, because you got to understand, let somebody lead you first, and then you can learn, you can cultivate that skill, and you too, you can apply based, and then maybe you do your self study as well, and those different things complement. I mean, make a whole list of things from your experience, while you gather from other people. Then you go ahead. I mean, but basically you got to learn from somebody else. You got to be under somebody to learn, you know. So you got Plato and you got Aristotle, those people then, and yeah, Plato, Aristotle learned from Plato, and Plato. I mean, so it's a whole list of things, you know. So you can't just wake up and say, "Oh, I want to be the
Let us
philosopher."
be fair here now, Mr. Freeman.
Uh-huh.
Gilmore then 2023 and Josephine Slew, the Kim,
Hmm.
they were on a ticket. They got disqualified by the election commission because they never served in their local chapters as a elective. They never had elective positions,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why they were disqualified. So the
Mm-hmm.
man went back. He had this elective position for the day, both of them, for 2 years. They come again and he said they're not ready again. You want to send them back to go late? The man already anything.
Women was elected.
Interim or elected or the man was president for the people. President
What?
day on that.
Say that again.
You're interim president. So I mean,
Was he
sir, you have
elected?
that knowledge now. The man,
He
you just
wasn't
said the man,
elected.
the people say the man not he don't know, he didn't do this, he want his serve. Josephine wanted to put elected Josephine. Josephine serve for people. They're coming back now to serve on the national level, and you still want to send the people back to go. I don't understand it, dude. So
Prince, I mean, you see, again, this is a Grand Jada Association in Americas,
Yeah, but he
right?
led Grand Jidans in Michigan, in Detroit.
And the organization is breaking apart. So you want to get a man 22 chapters. I mean, what sort of benchmark? You got to, again, the past is the key to the present. What did the man do in the past? What is he doing right now? The chapter is literally decoupling, it's disintegrating. So why you want to give the man bigger thing when you cannot take care of the little one? I mean, it's not. This is not epistemology here. It's basic logic. The man cannot take care of the basic thing. You give the man, I mean, a room to take care of the man cannot take care of the room, but you want to put the man in charge of the whole house. No, you don't do that. Friends, we cannot endanger the lives of our people. They're already struggling, because putting Gilman and Slew there, that means we are taking like 20 steps backwards. That's what we are doing. We got to be going forward.
But Josephine been doing a lot of things for the people in Grand. She has her own NGO what cater to the people over there. Gilmore been into the
What is the
dishes.
NGO called?
But I saw them doing the festival season, the Christmas season. They're there doing things in the towns, Dwight Town, and other Kunambo towns.
Friends, you see, we shouldn't miss things, all right? The fact that periodically I will get some little loose catch and give somebody something does not mean I get
For that
NGO.
loose cap, man, the woman, the thing is it's an ongoing thing.
Ongoing? No, they will. I mean, what is the woman economic startup what she doing ongoing thing? So what we friends NGO is more involved, like more complicated than that. Just giving stuff to people, right? Because we are not doing it the right way, and that's why we are struggling right now. But if we have the power 1C3, for example, and we have people that can write grants and those different things, we can even put people on salary, and stuff of that nature. But because we're not using the document, people are just doing politics, like Fred Guion, like Mr. Pine and JJ. It's all about politics. So the organization is not being used for its intended purpose. So they want to bring Josephine student, Christmas time, they take, like you say, December tax time, they take their tax money, they carry, which is a good thing to give some stuff to our people in Grand Jada. That's fine. But that is not an NGO, It's just what we call, being generous. You just give out to people but it's not NGO. The woman established what they call 1970 bond. Where is 1970 bond right now? I mean, the people, they are all divisive people. She trying to break Moses P. Harris apart. So she established 1970 bomb. They all following Fred Guion's step. They like to divide things. They like to divide people. Like Fred Guion and those people, and the reason they're not even supporting either point Noah, because they not let the ground Boo Yone works on. Because Boo Yone was the chair of the board, and they fire Fred Guion, and Mr. Yone is now supporting either poor. So Fred Guion is vexed. He's angry. Come on, look at it. Look at the issue objectively. Look at the woman's record. What is she doing?
So you think saying Collins, Boo, all behind Edith. He got Fred angry. He went straight to Gilmore.
Yeah, yes, that's it. Because again, Fred is not somebody. Is not a patriot. He doesn't love Grand Jada County. No, Fred doesn't.
Why would you say that, man?
Huh?
Why would you say that? They make GGAD carry things to the hospital. They been with the hospital to build a market ground for the people. If you don't love Grand Jada, why would you do those things?
Prince, you know why America is strong? There's a key word called united. You know why they call United Arab Emirates is strong? It's the word united. You know what? UK, United Kingdom is strong. It's got the word united. When you divide your people, you weaken them. So we have an association that holds the people together in the diaspora. And this guy broke it apart. And he's not making effort. Even though you say, that was, you say, the man called a meeting before. You know how we call that? It's called a facade. The man put on a front. So
the man go show the man Ashuri.
Yeah, that's it. He's just doing it for the record. That I made attempt. Why he didn't continue on that? If that's something he actually believes in, he will continue on that. He'll be persistent and consistent. But he just did it as a facade, you know. So the man is not genuine in what he does for Grand Jeddah Association or Grand Jeddah County. You cannot divide your people and tell me, say you love your people. No, you don't love your people. You are a divisive man. All the people that supported Fred Gwynn, they are divisive people. They are not good for our community, and they got to be marginalized, at least from the power structure. You know, we don't need them when it comes to power. Let them be far from power. They can be back there and make that noise, but when it comes to decision making for our county, these people got to be kept away. After all, Fred, these people, they are ancient. They are old people now. They've been there for JJ Denner when I was little boy. I've been here in 1847.
The man from your district, man. The man was your president, man.
The people adulate the South for those JJ Denner, but we heard those names and the Daniel Pine and the people that gotta go sit down now. We need a Yano. We need Gaiman to go and do a real estate business. You know, we need Josephine Stu to go do a beauty pageant. You know, and we need Idepoa to do the community service job to serve Grand Jeddah County. It's called division of labor. We can put people in the wrong position here, Prince. I'm not going to be here for us to put people in the wrong position and our people suffer in Grand Jeddah County. I'm not going to be here for that to happen. I'm home.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the people call for the song to be played one more time. So let me see if I can. Let me see if I can play
one of your commenters say I sound tyrannical.
Yeah, that Mansfield Dwopu.
No, this is not. It's not.
Mansfield says sound like that sometimes too. They shit, LU soup. I'm thinking I remember soup president.
No, this is not called tyranny. It's called transition, right? I mean, you can see how other countries are growing. They're not using the same old people over and over and over and again. No, they got to build a new set of people, you know, to take over. You got 37-year-old boy leading Burkina Faso right now. They are judging that band ransom and to that time, you know.
What Gilmore coming for?
Huh?
Gilmore coming 39-year-old. That's what Gilmore coming for.
39.
Young man.
Again, Prince, it should not just be, when I use the word, I use age, right? It's just one component, okay? Age is one factor. We have to see other characteristics in you that you can lead. Gilman does not have the ability to lead people. That is why the Mexican chapter is vaporizing, is evaporating. And Idepoa is still trying to make sure that it stays alive. That's how you measure. When I give you the little thing, how you take care of it, how you multiply, I can say, you know what? I can give a Prince the next thing. I can take him to the next level. But when I give you the little thing and you are breaking it apart, I cannot give you a bigger responsibility. No, I can't do that. And so Grand Jeddah Association in Americas is Grand Jeddah County in America, in a sense, right? It's a whole county. You got a lot of people that depend on the organization. And you want to give it to a guy who can maintain 20 people in a chapter. Come on. This is not rocket science. We are not doing metaphysics here. No. It's just logic 101. Logic 101. That's what we are doing here. So my brother said, no, it's not tyrannical. I'm just telling you, before we bring Prince to power, let's first do analysis of Prince, you know, let's do little assessment. How long has he been running this platform? For years now. How has it been done? Is it growing? Is it developing? Has it been consistent in doing it? Yes. So when we're talking about media, we can hire Prince to do it because it's something consistent. You've been doing it over and over, and the platform is growing, you know. So we can say, you know what, when we have anything that has to do with media, we can bring Prince on board to take care of it. We are testing Gilman right now, and Gilman has failed the test. But somebody is telling me, you know what? Again, the bigger one. No, our people's lives, very important. Yes. Our children are sitting on the floor in that place.
According to Freeman, they won't fail the test.
The man failed. The man failed.
Freeman, been here now for 1 hour, 30
Let me give
minutes.
you an
Freeman,
example,
let me
right?
let you to speak to your people. I will give you the time and 2, 3, 4 minutes. You can speak to it. Before we do that, let me play your music. You got the people calling for your music to be played. So let me do that and play your music. It's on for Zaya.
I'm home. You gotta liberate Grand Jetta County. No, I said Mayflower. And just for the two. Yeah, you want Mayflower, go away. That man, that traditional song. I speak for the elders and the ancestors.
That's it there for my man Zaire Porter. The man has his own song. Bobby Twitter will rush to this, man. Don't be surprised. Bobby call you in the morning and say, oh, man, I want the guy's number. I want these guys to do my song. And they probably going to just give it to do Bobby's song for him. Yeah, man, Madison. He said, what kind of song is this, man? Bobby, the guy said that Bobby Twitter needs one. Okay, what I say? Bobby say you need a contract. So please
I'll
try
hook
to
the man up. I'll hook the man up.
I want by next week that I want for the man to play Bobby on a song too.
Yeah, they got put. I mean, you see, Totore is Minnesota chapter. You see, if you see the meetings nowadays, people are coming out. It's just see the energy. I saw like Dr. Kine, like you say, Tema Kine, those people going to meeting now. Imagine the guy is reviving the organization now. On Florida, I think was dying. You know what it means for Dr. then to be start going to a meeting now? The man, Mr. Turi is doing something right, and that's what we need. So it's called leadership. Because when a leader gets on the scene, the whole thing can change. When a leader enters an area, the energy in that room changes, and that's what the guy is doing, and that's what EDPOA is doing, and that's why the organization now, you have Fred going on and the running politics, they come in, the running campaign. The leader has changed the environment, it's not cantankerous anymore where people are attacking people. No, it's free. They attack the president. She doesn't say anything to them. That's what we need right now, and that's why we are saying EDPOA should be maintained.
Wait, let me give you the 3 or 4 minutes to do. That's your closing you are doing now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So the citizens of Grand Jetta County and non-citizens of Grand Jetta are following tonight. We want to say thank you so much for listening to us. Don't listen to the critics that say, oh, we sound arrogant, we are tyrannical. No, we are the reason sometimes there's a difference between being passionate about something and being tyrannical. You know, when you are passionate about something, some people misconstrue that and say, oh, you are tyrannical, you are condescending. They use all those different words. No, I'm very humble. But what I cannot compromise is the survival of my people. The people of Grand Jeddah County is the county of the late President Doe, the man that liberated our people from the tyranny of the American Liberians. And so when a man can free our people, we cannot bring people that Gilman that will be controlled by Mr. Pine, by J.J. Dennis, by Fred Guion, those people that are despots. They are tyrants. And that when you listen to Mr. Pine, you say, you know, I don't want Edith Poa because she's not listening to me. Because he wants to be the alpha and an omega. The last, he wants to have the last word in the room, even though he's not the president. You know, he wants the president to say yes, sir, to him. And those people, they are dictators. Gilman is not coming to lead you. Gilman is coming to appease those people that are pushing him, because those people, they have an agenda, and the agenda is to sever, to break, to disintegrate, to demolish the Grand Jeddah Association in the Americas, because Fred Guion failed to do that, to accomplish that mission. And so now they are pushing Gilman as the vehicle to accomplish what they failed to do in the past. We want Edith Poa who will give scholarship to our children. We want Edith Poa who will send continual books, computers, and medical supplies to our people in Grand Jeddah County. We want Edith Poa who has put in assisting where our account cannot be tampered with anymore. Honor Fred Guion, those people that are pushing Gilman right now, our money will all over the place. We don't want that. As we go to Florida, not Florida, Kentucky, let us put the interest of our people first. And who has the interest of our people is Edith Poa. Those guys that are supporting Gilman people do not have Grand Jeddah at heart. And that is why when Edith Poa send things to our people, they will say, why now? Why are you sending stuff to our people? They're against you. They don't want help to get to our people. So they say, why are you sending stuff? We don't want people they don't like our people. Gilman is not peaceful. That is why Gilman has not set up a committee to go and reconcile the conflict that Floyd created in Minnesota. He took side with Floyd. Gilman does not believe in Constitution, and that's why he's supporting Floyd, who went against the Constitution and served. After 4 years, he gave us an additional 3 years to serve. They don't believe in the law, the Constitution of the Grand Jeddah Association. Fred Guion does not believe in that, and that's why when the board fired him, he broke the organization apart. All those people. Mr. J.J. Denny has a record. He filled my people in Basel. He was giving $57,000 United States dollars to build a school edifice for our children to learn, and he built something shaky. He did not even complete it. Mr. Pine, the GM people gave him $6,000 to $7,000, and he could not account for it. And so these are the people that are pushing Gilman. The Gilman and his vice president, they are not up to the task because Madam Slew does not have leadership. She is zero when it comes to leadership. She is gorgeous. When we are doing beauty pageant, we will call Madam Slew to come and represent us. When we're doing beauty pageant, when they want men, pretty boy, we can bring Gilman. But when we want business, people that will charge people exorbitant fees and profit, we can call Gilman to do that. But when it comes to serving people, humanitarianism, we need Edith Poa. We need Aza Nyanwule. We need the Poa and the Nyanwule team, because those people, they love their people. And that is why they don't sleep 24/7. They are coming, they're having meetings and see how they can help their people. Let's put Grand Jeddah first. Let's put the survival of our people first. And then we shouldn't put people that are only there to politicize a non-political organization. These people that can't go to the Republican and Democratic Party here to run their politics, they come in their own community and use politics to break their people apart. We don't want them. We want Edith Poa. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much for listening to us tonight. We are in support of Mr. Turi, who is now bringing our community back together in Minnesota. All of you in the union that are in favor of peace and making sure and putting resources together, Mr. Turi is taking his own money and registering people and say, whether you vote for Gilman or not, just I will pay for you. That's a man of unity. It's not Fred Guion who will just come and say the person does not have peace in their DNA. Fred Guion and those guys, we call them the Trinity. The Trinity, that Fred Guion, that Daniel Pine, that J.J. Dennett. They are terrible Trinity. We don't want the Trinity. Let their candidate that is breaking. Gilman is not the right person for us because he cannot even maintain 20 persons in Mexican. He cannot grow the membership in that chapter. And that chapter is dying, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Idepoa is doing everything to maintain that chapter, and Gilman is not doing anything to improve it. Him and his vice president, they have no policy. They're lying to our people. They bring in 30 people every year when it become. Why can you come and tell our people such bodacious lie? Why would you do that? And these are the people you want from the beginning. You tell you bring in 30 people, but you are not brought one person. As chapter president, you are not brought one person. But then you're telling people. So when you start on the premise of lie, then it raises eyebrows. We can't give you authority. So my people, I'm home. That's how you put the esoteric, the spokesperson of the elders and the ancestors. I am home to liberate Grand Junta County and Sino County. My father and my mother home will be liberated. I want to be here and will fight all those negative forces that are in the habit of breaking our community apart, all those misogynists that hate women, that are calling women names. They don't have peace in their DNA. Meanwhile, they broke their community apart. I'm not going to be here for that to obtain. That biblical philosophy will not happen here, where the demon now sit in the Bible and they make God to be the good one, even though that God committed all the atrocities in the Bible. Okay, and that's what the same thing Fred Guion is doing here in dividing our people. J.J. Dennett, then they broke the community apart. The Daniel Pan, they broke the community apart, and they come in, they breaking Gilman, who is breaking Mexican down, who is supporting Floyd Joy, who is breaking Minnesota down. We want you to pour out and young. Prince, I want to say thank you so much for giving us the opportunity. Anytime we are here, if you need us, call on us. Nobody will play that elementary psychology here and turn things around and make the bad one to look good and the good one to look bad. No, that is not going to happen here when that's how you put that is home. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, Daya put a say his own. If you want to say your own, you can call me and mention Fred. Don't be Fred and JJ Dennis and Daniel Pine. They're going to come back at you, though. I hope you know that.
It's on. It's on. It's on. I'm not
It's a George Bush,
why I can demolish the great Milton TJ in Sano County.
Bring it on.
Why I can demolish the great Milton TJ in that Mr. Pine, I will demolish the people. They will do the right thing in our community by all means necessary, according to Malcolm X. You don't want to do that thing and demonize the good ones in and supporting Fred Guion. How can you support Fred Guion and you put the finger at Idepoa? You break down GGAD apart. Bring our members, our sisters and brothers, bring them back home. Then we'll listen to you. But we broke the community apart. Gilman is supporting such idea. Gilman, I love the brother, I love Slew, but they are all Confucianists. They are anarchists. They believe in breaking things apart. And I'm not going to be here for that to happen. It comes here for a reason. Why are you afraid of saying graduate? I mean, a prince, why you guys been dodging me, I would say it. And I want the people don't let me in Sino County because I say it to Milton TJ, I say it to Chie, I say it to Sonny Noah, all the people that are killing our county, I say it to them. They don't like it, I say it, but we got to say the truth. And why a man Jesus says, say the truth and the truth will set you free. I will say the truth to them.
Yeah, put a Bobby want to talk before you go. Listen to Bobby Ture. Bobby Ture, go ahead.
Mr. Dasaya for the esoteric, I want to say thank you very much for your brilliant and forensic deliberations of issues in our community.
Thank you.
I want to say you did a very good job tonight, especially when you are exposing the axis of evil in our community. I want to say thank you. You did not shy away from people like Fred Guion, Daniel Pine, J.J. Dennis, these people that have a resentment because the ground of the position they are taking has nothing to do with the progression of this community, but just pure hatred for this lady. You know, it's like what people be saying in the Liberian in our politics, that when these leaders, when they leave offices, they try to undermine the current leader because they don't want to see the current leader doing better than they did. So I think that the position, because there is no reason in a real war, you know, or true patriot, see everything that Manapua has and is doing, to say, oh no, someone like Otavio Gamers is a better choice. You know, the likes of Menye, Yubote, and Fred. But Menye, I will give you or leave with because I call it Otavius have been with Menye all along. So I would say his support for the picking because the labor, I mean, Mr. Gamers too with Menye all along. So if he's supporting Gamer, I will. But Fred going of all people, you that this particularly get red carpet to bring you back to the community. All of a sudden, you see the woman, she has evil, she doesn't mean well for the community. I mean, come on. I said, they better, all the time when he say he want to come and say, listen, Mr. Double give Fred Grant the chance, let him come and hang himself. Because the brother is not politically, he doesn't have a political acumen. The man lacks judgment. He lacks judgment and he lacks loyalty. So that's why he's having trouble in the community. And somehow one of my greatest political mistakes I ever made was to support this guy. This guy was going around signing check upon check, taking our money, going to the Caribbean and do all kind of things. We sat there, not even knowing, we did not even audit them or even check on what they were doing, not knowing they were in. I mean, so I have no end or respect for these people in our community because they don't mean good. They don't want to go near our coffers to loot or enter our coffers. So when I see the kind of people, I want them very, very far away. If I had the power to excommunicate these people there, I would excommunicate the lives of Daniel Pine. I would excommunicate the lives of Fred Ware. I would excommunicate the lives of JJ Dennis because they don't mean good for our community. I want to start there for tonight.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well said.
Thank you. You will excommunicate your past leaders, man. Bobby Tory, those are hot words come from out of Bobby Tory there, man. I think the man Freeman, I think his man Freeman don't agree with him on that.
Those guys, they are donors. I mean, they are all agent in the game now. They have to go in the Museum of History. You know, there's something he said that I want to speak to Mr. Menye. And he said, "Oh, Gilman worked with Menye." I like the fact that he brought that out. Yes, and that's something we have to tell our people. Gilman was the project manager under Mr. Menye. Gilman did not implement one project, and that's something we have to tell our people. A project manager under Mr. Menye is Gilman, the man who is running right now and saying he's going to bring 30 people from Africa every year. He'll bring them to America. He was the project man under Mr. Menye. He never built one palava hut in Grand County. They said they were wanting to acquire a hall. I mean, they're talking about something almost like 500,000. All building they wanted to secure, the board had to freeze their account because they wanted to squander our money. And the board is the one that saved our money. These guys, they are taking time bomb. You put them in the leadership of Grand Association, we finish. We finish. They don't mean well for us. Their legacy is riddled with misdeeds. And we cannot put such people in authority in our organization. No, we can't do that. Yes, we can't do that. But so, Mr. Tony, want to say thank you. Again, I'm in support of you. The good work you are doing over there. Make sure you follow the Constitution because the people, they don't joke. Minnesotans, they don't joke. If you don't follow their law, they take you from there. They don't care whether you speak BB boat to them or not. Once you don't follow it, they'll protest against you. So I like Minnesotans. As a matter of all the chapter in the union, Prince was talking about Iowa. If you don't do the right thing, the people will take you from there. The same thing in Texas. It's the power of the people. Democracy, the power of the people. Not monocracy. No, that monocracy, one man rule that Mr. Pine wants and say, oh, Peter can't listen to me. He wants to be a monocrat. And we don't want no people. Yeah, and people say, oh, the other guy say I'm unhinged. Yeah, I'm unhinged for the liberation of my people. I want Grand Jide to be liberated. I want the best people to be in power, because that's how you get success. The best in power. And that's why when you read Plato's Republic, he talk about the philosopher kings. The philosopher kings are the ones that went to school for 40 years and learned. All right, man. Prince, thank you so much, man.
What's it? Peace out, bro. That's Zaya for it right there. He gets to us. He's on Bazon district. Father's on Bazon district. I get to know that when his brother died here. He came to lay his brother to rest in Kentucky. He came and he was in the Freeman, Alex Freeman. They were all in there. So I said, "Oh, what's going on?" They told us, so he was the family, and he said, "Oh, his oldest brother, Eric's." So I didn't know. I thought the guy was Sano and gets connected with, but so those of you who say, "Oh, this man should stay on the Chile politics," the man's from Bazon district, district number 3. The district is Branjai's district, the Jacob Dibri district, district number 3. His mom is from Sano. That's why, but I think he grew up with his mom, so he got that Sano radio station, voice of Sano, and this and that. Even the Mansfield Double here, when Mansfield speak, crew for a year, you won't run away. Mansfield grew up with a grandma from Grand Crew. Mansfield going, I don't think Mansfield was speak Gio. Or you only went to Nima 3 times. Maybe I really giving him more. I think he went there 1 time, 2 times. But Mansfield all the way, all in Grand Crew there with the crew boys. Yeah. So that's how it looked like. Now you guys get to know that's how you put it. It's the guys and Mansfield said Bobby spoke like a military dictator. Bobby it's on the phone. Bobby call in on the phone. Oh boy, when I got to see his song, I didn't leave out my carving will pay that money for them to see. He said that Bobby told you on the phone, man, sounding like a military guy on that phone there. But let me pick it up. It means the man who can fresh to attack. So he came here to let you know fresh to attack. Jesus, he put it deeper than he special guest. I think she's gonna be in Eva Ubote, the great Eva Ubote. She's gonna be here tomorrow with me. She will join me at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. and she's gonna tell us why she's here. And it's gonna be a wonderful interview tomorrow. So don't miss it. And you need to share the show to other people too, so they would come and listen to Eva speaking. Listen. She's the sister of James Ubote, John Ubote, Randall Ubote, but James is with Gilmore, and she is with Edith. So you see, politics. We are living in a democratic society where people making choice. Their own thing. They're not going to say, "Oh, my brother wouldn't want so I force to go." No. And she and brother cool with it. They cool. The brother tried to carry her on her side. She said no. She said to carry the brother on the other side. The brother said no. And they just there doing their own thing. So that's it. Tomorrow, join me at 8 Eastern Time, 7 Central Time. You're going to listen to Eva Yubote yourself. I'm going to work in the flyer now. I'm going to put the flyer up pretty soon. But you're going to listen to her. Then on Wednesday, I bring it Umek Blaku. The great Samson told that we will be hot. We are all foot. Samson Blaku will be here with me. Thursday, we are bringing Madam Ida Poa herself. Thursday, then on Friday, I'm bringing Ida Poa supporters. Or supporters of Ida Poa will be here. We call Gilmore. People say, why not bringing Gilmore? We call Gilmore. Gilmore people further media. They can only go on their own platform where they are full there and they are talking nonsense, giving up fake information. Gilmore people. They don't want to come so people will hear them. They further debate. When they say debate, they run away. They in their own little corners. They go and they don't want go on other shows. Don't come here. Go on LPR. Go on other shows. But they go and sit in their own corner. You want to lead the people and sit in your own corner? Yeah, people have the right. That's why I see and James Ibote is supporting Mr. Gilmore and Slew. His sister is supporting Ida Poa. That's the process. That's the beauty of our organization. That's the beauty of it. The beauty of it. Immensely, but madam for Unity Party and for CDC during the election, when Unity Party won, my own speaker, when I get in my basement, I'm blowing the speaker and playing Joseph Boka music all over the place. I had to get in my car and give it from the whole neighborhood. We got our choice. That was who she want to choose. Who she want to support. Likewise, Madam Eva Yubote and James Yubote. The gloves is on. She said, protect him. So he can't get me putting senses in the people ears so they can people listen to me. Yeah, you know, you can't talk it. Bring. If it was bring it ain't being the body, be listening to me. I said I will do it. So I bring James Yubote tomorrow. I'm putting it back. And I'm not putting it on the show. He started, so I'm putting it back. But you listen to all the things what the madam will say tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta go. But let me play this ayat for a little bit for you. The first to attack. The man now attack. Mercy, the man attack Fred Gwen, James Ibote, Daniel Pine, and JJ Dennis. He attacked them, including Gilmore and Josephine. He first threw the blow, the first punch. And I think he's a man enough to take a bunch of punches. When he sent the first punch, if you ain't listening to when is it Peter who sang that song? If you can't stand the heat, if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. If you live in a glass house, if you can't stand the punches, Don't throw blows. Because when you turn a blow, the punches will come from every direction. So you must be able to withstand them. When you send the punch out, blows will come from everywhere. So he have thrown the first punch or blow. It landed right on Fred's ground neck. It hit Daniel Pine from the bottom part of his neck, and it struck Mr. Jennings on his ears. And right now, yeah, Jimmy Cliff, thank you very much, Jimmy Cliff. I can't play it now because Facebook can't bring my Zuckerberg up, not the nonsense, and you're not supposed to play all the kind of bull crap that you got, copyright infringement, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so he threw the blows. Those punches that ball chunk out tonight. One landed on Daniel Pine, 4 on Daniel Pine chest or Duduko. When I say Duduko, it means on his chest. Then combo the punches was landed at the bottom part of back of JJ Dennis' lower back. And then some of them landed right behind Fred Taruguya's neck. Jane Yiwote is a very tall guy, so he tried to strike Jane Yiwote from the head. He couldn't get it, so he had to sweep Jane Yiwote from the feet. He whipped it. Jane fell on his bare butt on the floor. It was not easy on James. To get James, it's not easy. James is a tall guy now, so he needed about 6-7 people to live for James. He's a strong guy too, and he's tall, so to get him out, it was not easy. But that all came from who? Zaya put it. The great Zaya.
See on this song, can you see on this song? Mama, see on this song.
He come back. He said, Prince, the 29 won't stay. And that's how you got Mr. Zaya put it around here. And he said, I'm back, Prince. People say, oh, I'm not or this, I'm a Sando man. No. My father is from Barzon district. And my mother is from Sino County. And that's why you see me with the Sando people. But I'm from Barzon. I'm back, and I'm back to stay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's how we're going to do it tonight. Thank you very much. That's your own Zaya put it right there. Zaya put it. But we got to do our song for we go.
Oh, Tomai, here we can't hear my sword. I use woman one. Then, Banyo, I know that one will be a more blue. One, Tomai, and General Duago. Banyo, I know that I want to have a more blue. So that one might. To my head, no, I do. You are to my wood, to my wood.
Oh, Tomayo. That's how we're going to do it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful tomorrow. Watch out for Eat It Poor Flyer. We're going to fly over the place. Evil Yubote. I keep saying Eat It Poor. Eat It probably come Friday or Thursday. But the Gilmore want to come, they can call, we'll put them in there. We can squeeze the Gilmore right in there, make a day for the Gilmores. And there was a stuff where I have with the Gilmores girls, they ran away. They don't want to come. They don't want to come. Who cares? You don't want to come, that's your business. Who cares? We're rooting. We are like that. I'm from Minneapolis now. My hometown, and Mency them, all these people, and Bobby to that. How we looking? We don't 10 punches and throw back. We throw it. We're looking at you. We say we send it. That's how we're looking. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Bye.